Understanding the sphere of income is the first and most fundamental step toward financial success, because income is the foundation on which all other spheres of wealth are built. Income is the lifeblood of financial stability, the starting point from which the journey of wealth creation begins. Many people mistake earning a paycheck or receiving a salary as the total measure of financial success, but true wealth begins with understanding the purpose and potential of income. Income is not just money, it is energy, opportunity, and leverage. It is the resource that allows you to take control of your life, to make choices, and to open doors that would otherwise remain closed. Without income, the ability to invest, save, or grow wealth is severely limited. The first step in mastering this sphere is recognizing that income is more than a number. It is a tool that can either enslave you, if mismanaged, or free you, if wisely utilized. Income must be intentional and strategic. Simply earning money is not enough. It is essential to understand how to maximize its value. Many individuals work hard every day, yet they remain trapped in cycles of scarcity because they fail to approach income with a plan or a vision. The sphere of income requires that you ask critical questions. How much should I earn to meet my current needs? How much should I earn to achieve my long-term goals? How can I create multiple sources of income to reduce financial vulnerability? Answering these questions requires both self-awareness and knowledge. You must assess your current financial position, your skills, and the opportunities around you. Strategic income generation involves understanding the difference between earned income, passive income, and portfolio income, and learning how to balance these streams to achieve both immediate stability and long-term growth. One of the most important aspects of this sphere is the principle of diversification. Relying on a single source of income is risky. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances can change in an instant. A single job, business, or investment may not provide the security needed to withstand economic fluctuations, health crises, or personal challenges. Diversifying your income streams ensures that even if one source is interrupted, others continue to support your financial progress. Diversification can take many forms, including multiple jobs, entrepreneurial ventures, investments in real estate or stocks, royalties, and digital income streams. The goal is to create a system where money is continuously flowing from multiple avenues, reducing dependence on any single source. This approach transforms income from a fragile necessity into a powerful engine of financial growth. Equally important in this sphere is understanding the mindset behind income. Many people unconsciously limit themselves by believing they are confined to a particular salary, job title, or skill set. They fail to recognize that income is a reflection of value, the value you create in the world, and the problems you solve for others. People who achieve financial success think creatively about how they can provide value, whether by innovating, serving, educating, or producing something others need. Income grows when you increase your value in the marketplace, and it declines when your skills, knowledge, or services are undervalued or underutilized. Developing a mindset that sees income as an outcome of value creation rather than merely a reward for labor is crucial in this sphere. Another critical aspect is the understanding of time and leverage. Time is one of the most valuable resources in the creation of income. The way you invest your time directly affects your earning potential. Working tirelessly without strategy often leads to burnout and stagnation, whereas working smart, leveraging skills, networks, and systems can exponentially increase income. The ability to leverage not just your own time, but also the resources, expertise, and efforts of others can turn small actions into significant financial outcomes. Many high-income earners recognize that income grows when they align themselves with people, systems, and ideas that amplify their efforts. Understanding income also requires discipline in money management. Income alone does not guarantee financial success. Without control, planning, and foresight, even the highest earnings can be wasted on impulsive spending, unproductive debt, or poor financial decisions. Developing a system to allocate income effectively is part of mastering this sphere. Every dollar must have purpose, whether it is allocated to necessities, savings, investment, or personal growth. Intentional planning ensures that income is not simply spent, but strategically deployed to generate more income and build sustainable wealth over time. The sphere of income also intersects with opportunity awareness. Financially successful individuals do not wait for opportunities to present themselves. They create and recognize them. Income is often the result of taking initiative, identifying unmet needs, and solving problems creatively. The ability to spot trends, foresee demands, and respond with innovative solutions is a skill that multiplies income potential. Income in this sphere is dynamic, not static. It grows and evolves when guided by vision, strategic thinking, and proactive action. Finally, understanding the sphere of income is about vision. Income is not just a short-term necessity, it is a long-term instrument for transformation. It allows you to plan, invest, save, and influence your financial destiny. Those who master this sphere understand that financial success is not measured by immediate earnings, but by the ability to convert income into sustained, growing wealth. Income is the seed from which all other spheres of financial prosperity, savings, investment, skill development, influence, and opportunity will grow. It is the foundation of independence, security, and abundance, and understanding it deeply is the first critical step toward building lasting wealth. The sphere of savings and stewardship is one of the most vital areas in the pursuit of financial success, because it is in this sphere that income begins to transform into wealth. While earning money is important, the ability to manage, preserve, and grow that income determines whether financial success is temporary or enduring. Many people earn substantial sums, yet remain financially insecure simply because they fail to grasp the principle of stewardship. Savings are more than a buffer for emergencies. They are a practical expression of discipline, foresight, and responsibility. Stewardship, on the other hand, is the art of managing resources wisely and intentionally to achieve long-term prosperity. In this sphere, money becomes more than just a tool for meeting immediate needs. It becomes an instrument for building freedom, security, and opportunity. Savings are the foundation of financial resilience. Life is unpredictable, and emergencies, unexpected expenses, or economic downturns can easily derail someone who does not practice prudent savings. Developing a consistent habit of saving is therefore a critical step toward independence. However, saving is not merely about placing money in a bank account. It is about creating systems and structures that ensure a portion of every income earned is reserved for future use. Many people fail to save because they treat every dollar as disposable, responding to immediate desires rather than long-term goals. True financial success requires a mindset that prioritizes tomorrow over the instant gratification of today. It requires discipline to allocate funds to meaningful reserves and commitment to resisting impulsive consumption. Stewardship is the other side of the savings equation. Stewardship involves understanding that every resource, whether large or small, carries responsibility. To be a good steward is to manage money wisely, ensuring that it is utilized in ways that maximize value and support long-term objectives. This principle applies not only to money, but to time, skills, and opportunities. Financially successful individuals recognize that mismanagement of resources leads to loss, whereas careful, intentional management multiplies resources over time. Stewardship requires clarity of purpose. Without a vision or goal, savings and resources can be squandered. When you approach income and savings with a mindset of stewardship, you begin to view money as an instrument that must work for you rather than a fleeting reward that can be spent recklessly. One of the most essential aspects of this sphere is establishing a systematic approach to savings. This often means determining a specific percentage of income that will be set aside regularly, regardless of the amount earned. Treating savings as a non-negotiable part of your financial plan ensures that wealth accumulation is consistent rather than accidental. It is important to create categories for savings, emergency funds, investment capital, education, and personal growth. Each category serves a specific purpose, ensuring that funds are available for both security and opportunity. When savings are intentional and organized, they serve as a springboard for financial growth rather than a passive holding account. Another critical component is the understanding of delayed gratification. The ability to postpone immediate desires in favor of long-term benefits distinguishes those who achieve financial independence from those who remain in cycles of scarcity. Delayed gratification is not merely about resisting spending. It is about understanding the value of your resources and aligning your actions with a greater vision. Those who master this skill can transform small, consistent savings into substantial wealth over time. It is the disciplined use of resources today that creates freedom and opportunity tomorrow, and this principle is central to the sphere of savings and stewardship. The concept of stewardship also extends to how one protects and grows resources. It is not enough to save. Savings must be managed intelligently. This may involve seeking professional guidance, learning about financial instruments, or developing skills in budgeting and resource allocation. Stewardship requires awareness of risks and the ability to make informed decisions to safeguard resources. It is the careful balance between preservation and utilization that allows wealth to expand without being lost to poor judgment or unforeseen challenges. The financially disciplined individual does not simply accumulate funds, they actively manage them to ensure growth, security, and purpose. Savings and stewardship also foster a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Many individuals struggle financially because they perceive money as limited and focus on what they do not have rather than what they can create. By consistently saving and managing resources wisely, a person begins to experience control over their financial life, which builds confidence and a proactive approach to wealth creation. The act of saving reinforces self-discipline, resilience, and long-term thinking, all of which are essential for financial growth. In this sphere, wealth is cultivated not by chance, but through consistent, intentional actions that prioritize future security and opportunity. This sphere also teaches the importance of financial foresight. Stewardship is about looking beyond immediate needs and anticipating future requirements. It encourages planning for opportunities, emergencies, and life transitions, ensuring that financial resources are always available when needed. Those who embrace this sphere understand that wealth is not only about what is earned, but also about what is preserved and multiplied through careful management. They recognize that income alone cannot create lasting security. It is the disciplined use of resources, guided by stewardship, that transforms earnings into sustainable wealth. Finally, the sphere of savings and stewardship reinforces the principle that wealth is built in stages. The initial stage is income, the foundation. The second stage, savings and stewardship, ensures that income is captured, protected, and directed with purpose. Without this stage, income cannot lead to financial growth, and wealth remains fragile and fleeting. The sphere of investment is the arena in which wealth truly begins to multiply, transforming money from a static resource into a dynamic generator of financial growth. While income provides the foundation and savings preserve it, investment is the mechanism through which resources expand, creating long-term security and prosperity. Understanding this sphere is essential for anyone seeking financial success because it moves beyond the limitation of merely earning and saving to the powerful process of growing wealth. Investment is more than placing money in stocks, real estate, or businesses. It is the deliberate application of resources, knowledge, and strategy to create value over time. Those who grasp this principle understand that wealth does not grow by chance. It grows through purposeful action, calculated risk, and informed decision making. Investment begins with the understanding of value. Money, while important, is only a tool. It is the allocation of money into ventures or opportunities that generate returns that distinguishes the financially successful from those who remain stagnant. Each investment must be evaluated based on its potential to create wealth over time, considering factors such as risk, return, sustainability, and alignment with personal goals. Many people shy away from investing because they perceive it as risky or complicated. However, risk itself is not inherently negative. Unmanaged or uninformed risk is dangerous, but calculated risk is the pathway to significant financial growth. Those who master this sphere learn to identify opportunities that others overlook, leveraging their resources to generate returns that exceed what ordinary saving could achieve. A critical element of the investment sphere is diversification. Concentrating resources in a single investment is a dangerous practice that can lead to significant loss if circumstances change. Diversifying investments across multiple areas, whether in stocks, bonds, real estate, businesses, or intellectual property, spreads risk and increases the probability of long-term growth. Diversification does not mean merely spreading resources thinly. It requires thoughtful allocation to opportunities that complement one another and align with overall financial objectives. It is a strategy that balances risk and reward while ensuring that wealth continues to grow even if one venture underperforms. The principle of time is also central to investment. The earlier one begins, the greater the potential for compounding growth. Compounding is not merely a mathematical principle, it is a reflection of strategic patience and consistent action. Small, disciplined investments made consistently over time accumulate into substantial wealth. Illustrating that time is one of the most valuable assets in the investment process. Those who delay investing or fail to act miss opportunities for growth that cannot be recreated. Investment is not a sprint. It is a marathon requiring patience, persistence, and an unwavering focus on long-term objectives. Knowledge and research are indispensable in this sphere. Investing without understanding is equivalent to gambling, which rarely produces sustainable wealth. Those who achieve financial success spend time studying markets, trends, industries, and opportunities, learning to distinguish between fleeting fads and sustainable ventures. Investment is both an art and a science. It requires analytical skills, intuition, and discernment. By continually educating themselves, successful investors minimize risks, maximize returns, and adapt to changing economic landscapes. They view investment as a strategic process rather than a one-time action, understanding that informed decisions compound over time to produce significant financial advantages. Another key aspect of this sphere is the concept of leverage. Leverage allows an individual to amplify the potential of their investments by utilizing additional resources such as loans, partnerships, or expertise to maximize returns. However, leverage requires careful management as overextension can lead to loss rather than gain. Those who master investment understand how to apply leverage wisely, using it to enhance growth while mitigating unnecessary risk. They recognize that investment is not only about personal resources, but also about strategically mobilizing external resources to multiply results and create opportunities that would be unattainable alone. Investment also extends beyond financial instruments to include human and intellectual capital. Investing in oneself through education, skill development, networking, and personal growth yields returns that far surpass conventional financial investments. Knowledge, creativity, and relationships create opportunities for higher income, business ventures, and innovative solutions that generate wealth. Viewing investment holistically ensures that all aspects of life are leveraged for financial success, turning personal growth into a powerful engine for financial expansion. The mindset behind investment is equally important. Successful investors approach opportunities with confidence, discipline, and clarity rather than fear or indecision. They understand that every investment carries potential for both reward and risk, and they are prepared to act decisively when opportunity arises. Hesitation or lack of confidence often results in missed chances, while bold, informed action transforms resources into wealth, generating assets. This sphere teaches that financial success is not about avoiding risk entirely, but about managing it intelligently and leveraging it strategically for growth. Finally, investment emphasizes vision and foresight. It requires seeing beyond the immediate return to the long-term impact of each decision. Investments must align with broader financial objectives and contribute to a cumulative strategy of wealth creation. Each choice, whether in stocks, real estate, business ventures, or education, serves as a building block in the larger framework of financial success. Those who master this sphere understand that wealth is not accidental. It is the result of deliberate planning, disciplined execution, and strategic foresight. Investment is the vehicle through which income and savings are transformed into enduring financial prosperity. The sphere of skills and knowledge is one of the most powerful drivers of financial success because wealth is often a reflection of personal capability. While income provides resources, savings preserve them, and investment grows them, it is the mastery of skills and accumulation of knowledge that enables individuals to maximize every opportunity. In this sphere, personal growth is directly linked to financial growth. The more competent, creative, and informed a person becomes, the greater their capacity to generate income, make strategic decisions, and create value that others are willing to pay for. Skills and knowledge are not simply tools for survival. They are instruments for influence, leverage, and wealth creation. To understand the importance of this sphere, one must recognize that the world is increasingly competitive and complex. Opportunities are not distributed equally, and resources alone do not guarantee success. What separates those who thrive financially from those who struggle is the ability to apply knowledge and skill effectively. Skills provide the practical capability to execute plans, solve problems, and deliver value, while knowledge equips an individual with insight, discernment, and strategic vision. Together, they create the foundation for financial empowerment. People who continually develop their abilities and understanding position themselves to earn more, invest wisely, and adapt to changing circumstances with confidence. Continuous learning is a critical aspect of this sphere. The accumulation of knowledge does not end with formal education. It is a lifelong pursuit. Those who achieve financial success constantly seek to expand their understanding of markets, industries, technology, personal development, and global trends. Learning equips individuals to anticipate shifts in the economy, to innovate, and to recognize opportunities before they become obvious to others. A commitment to growth ensures that one's skills remain relevant, competitive, and capable of generating value in an ever-changing world. Knowledge, once gained, becomes a resource that compounds in value over time, much like financial investment, producing returns that extend far beyond immediate application. Developing a diverse skill set is equally important. Specialized expertise in one area is valuable, but breadth in multiple competencies creates adaptability and opportunity. Skills in communication, leadership, problem-solving, negotiation, and critical thinking amplify the ability to earn, influence, and invest effectively. Technical expertise, creativity, and the ability to innovate open doors to ventures and positions that others may not access. By continuously refining existing skills and acquiring new ones, an individual ensures that their capacity to create value never diminishes, and their financial potential continues to expand. The sphere of skills and knowledge also emphasizes leverage. Knowledge and skill create leverage in ways that money alone cannot. For example, an individual with specialized expertise can command higher income, influence business outcomes, or identify profitable investments that others overlook. Knowledge allows a person to make informed decisions, avoid costly mistakes, and navigate complex challenges with confidence. Skills enable efficient execution of plans, innovation in problem solving, and the ability to produce results that generate financial reward. Those who master this sphere recognize that money can be replaced, but the value of skills and knowledge compounds indefinitely, becoming an ever-growing asset that increases both income potential and personal freedom. Mentorship and collaboration are vital components of this sphere. While self-directed learning is essential, seeking guidance from those with experience and wisdom accelerates growth and enhances understanding. Mentors provide insight into strategies that have been proven to work, help navigate pitfalls, and offer perspective that comes from experience. Collaboration with skilled peers fosters creativity, expands opportunities, and allows knowledge to be shared and multiplied. Financially successful individuals recognize that knowledge is most powerful when combined with practical application, mentorship, and collective insight, allowing them to scale their impact and influence. Application of skills and knowledge is the final test of mastery. Accumulating knowledge without action yields little financial benefit. What transforms learning into wealth is deliberate, strategic application. This requires not only competence, but also confidence and courage to implement ideas, take calculated risks, and execute plans effectively. Those who fail to act often remain stagnant, while those who apply what they know consistently convert their skills into tangible financial outcomes. Each skill learned, each concept mastered, and each insight gained becomes a tool to identify opportunity, maximize income, and build long-term wealth. The mindset within this sphere is equally crucial. Financially successful individuals approach knowledge and skill building with curiosity, humility, and determination. They recognize that every challenge is an opportunity to learn, and every setback is a chance to acquire new insights. They understand that the world evolves constantly, and staying relevant requires continual adaptation, growth, and learning. This mindset ensures that skills remain sharp, knowledge remains current, and the individual remains capable of capitalizing on opportunities that others might overlook. Furthermore, this sphere links directly to influence, reputation, and leverage in the broader world. A highly skilled and knowledgeable individual is respected, trusted, and sought after, which opens doors to business ventures, strategic partnerships, and investment opportunities. Others are willing to pay for expertise, collaborate on projects, and entrust resources to those who demonstrate competence. Skills and knowledge, therefore, are not only sources of personal empowerment, but also keys to creating financial networks and opportunities that extend beyond personal effort alone. In essence, the sphere of skills and knowledge transforms the individual into a living asset. It creates the capacity to earn more, to invest wisely, to innovate, and to navigate the complexities of wealth creation with clarity and confidence. Those who invest in themselves through education, experience, mentorship, and deliberate skill development ensure that they possess the tools necessary to thrive financially, regardless of changing circumstances. The sphere of influence and relationships is one of the most critical, yet often overlooked dimensions of financial success. Wealth is rarely built in isolation, while income, savings, investments, and personal skills form the foundation of financial growth. The ability to connect with, influence, and collaborate with others exponentially increases opportunities, resources, and impact. Relationships serve as a multiplier for every other sphere of wealth because they open doors that money alone cannot. Influence enables the individual to extend their reach, create partnerships, and gain access to ideas, opportunities, and resources that are unavailable to those who operate alone. This sphere demonstrates that financial success is not merely a personal pursuit, it is relational, strategic, and collaborative. At its core, influence is the ability to affect decisions, behaviors, and perceptions in ways that generate positive outcomes. Those who master influence understand that leadership is not about authority alone, but about credibility, trust, and the ability to inspire action. Influence is cultivated over time through integrity, consistency, and demonstrated competence. A person who builds influence can leverage relationships to access capital, advice, partnerships, mentorship, and opportunities that accelerate financial growth. It is the power of influence that often distinguishes those who achieve extraordinary success from those who remain limited by resources or circumstance. Influence does not come from position alone. It is earned through the value one provides, the respect one commands, and the networks one cultivates. Relationships closely tied to influence are the pathways through which opportunities flow. No individual can create wealth in total isolation. High-value relationships provide access to insights, markets, strategic alliances, and collaborative ventures. Financially successful individuals understand that the people around them, mentors, peers, colleagues, business partners, and even competitors, can serve as catalysts for growth. Each relationship has potential value when nurtured with care, mutual respect, and intentionality. Relationships are not transactional in the short term. They are investments in trust, reciprocity, and shared vision. The ability to connect with the right people, cultivate rapport, and maintain strong networks is as critical to wealth creation as any financial skill or strategy. A key principle in this sphere is reciprocity. Influence and relationships thrive on mutual benefit. Those who approach relationships with a mindset of giving, providing value, support, and guidance often find that others respond in kind. Trust and credibility are built when individuals consistently act in ways that demonstrate integrity, competence, and consideration for others. By helping others succeed, individuals often gain access to knowledge, opportunities, and partnerships that accelerate their own financial growth. In this sphere, generosity is not a weakness, but a strategic strength. It builds reputation, expands networks, and creates the conditions for long-term collaborative success. Strategic networking is another essential aspect of this sphere. Not all relationships hold equal value for financial growth. Learning to identify, engage, and maintain relationships with those who can provide guidance, insight, and access is critical. This requires discernment, patience, and a focus on quality over quantity. Deep, trusting relationships with key individuals often yield greater opportunities than superficial connections with many. Influence grows when relationships are nurtured intentionally, allowing a person to build a reputation for reliability, competence, and value creation. Networking is not merely social activity, it is a deliberate investment of time and energy into building bridges that lead to mutual opportunity and growth. Influence also plays a critical role in negotiations, business strategy, and leadership. The ability to persuade, motivate, and guide others amplifies the impact of financial decisions. Those with influence can attract investment, create partnerships, and mobilize teams to execute ventures that generate wealth. Influence is often the difference between an idea that remains dormant and an idea that is implemented successfully. Financially successful individuals recognize that their network and sphere of influence can be leveraged to create opportunities that money alone cannot buy, and that the careful cultivation of relationships is a strategic necessity rather than an optional activity. Emotional intelligence is a fundamental component of this sphere. Relationships and influence depend on the ability to understand, communicate with, and connect to others effectively. Emotional intelligence allows an individual to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, resolve conflicts, and foster collaboration. It provides the insight needed to influence without manipulation, to lead without coercion, and to build trust that sustains long-term financial and personal relationships. Those who cultivate emotional intelligence often find that their influence grows naturally as people are drawn to authenticity, empathy, and integrity. Mentorship, guidance, and collaboration form the backbone of influence in this sphere. Establishing relationships with experienced individuals provides insights, guidance, and perspective that accelerate financial growth. Mentors can share strategies, warn of potential pitfalls, and open doors to opportunities that would otherwise remain closed. At the same time, offering mentorship to others strengthens networks, expands influence, and builds a reputation for leadership and value creation. Relationships, therefore, are dynamic, mutually reinforcing, and capable of multiplying financial potential when nurtured strategically and authentically. This sphere also emphasizes timing and access. Opportunities often flow through networks before they become widely known. Those who maintain strong relationships and cultivate influence are often among the first to know of emerging investments, partnerships, or ventures. Being connected, respected, and trusted ensures that financial opportunities are accessible when they matter most. Influence magnifies the effects of all other spheres of wealth, income, savings, investment, and skills, because it provides leverage, opens doors, and creates pathways for implementation and growth. In examining the 7 key spheres of wealth, income, savings and stewardship, investment, skills and knowledge, influence and relationships, opportunity and legacy, it becomes clear that financial success is not the result of chance or luck, but of intentional action, discipline, and strategic thinking. Each sphere represents a unique dimension of wealth, and mastery in one enhances the effectiveness of the others, creating a holistic approach to prosperity. Income provides the foundation, but without saving and stewardship, it cannot be preserved. Investments grow resources, but without the skills and knowledge to manage them wisely, they may not reach their full potential. Influence and relationships open doors to opportunities that would remain inaccessible alone. And recognizing and seizing those opportunities multiplies financial growth exponentially. Finally, legacy ensures that wealth extends beyond the individual, creating impact, continuity, and purpose that transcends a single lifetime. The journey through these spheres teaches that wealth is both personal and relational, practical and strategic. It is not limited to financial accumulation. It encompasses the development of character, competence, and vision. Each action, choice, and decision within these spheres contributes to a larger pattern of financial empowerment where resources are earned, managed, multiplied, leveraged, and ultimately directed toward meaningful outcomes. True financial success is the result of understanding the interplay between these spheres and applying their principles consistently with discipline, foresight, and an unwavering commitment to growth. Mastery of the 7 spheres requires a mindset of intentionality, learning, and perseverance. It challenges individuals to think beyond immediate needs and desires, to plan strategically, and to execute with precision. It emphasizes that wealth is not merely about what is earned, but about what is preserved, multiplied, and shared. It reminds us that financial success is built over time through consistent action, calculated risk taking, and the cultivation of both personal and relational assets. By embracing these principles, an individual positions themselves not only to achieve financial independence, but also to create meaningful impact, influence, and opportunities for themselves and those around them. The 7 spheres together form a blueprint for financial empowerment, a guide that transforms money from a mere tool into a vehicle for growth, security, and legacy. They demonstrate that wealth is not a destination, but a journey of continuous learning, disciplined action, and strategic engagement with the world. Those who commit to mastering these spheres understand that financial success is holistic. It integrates income, stewardship, growth, relationships, opportunity, and long-term vision. By navigating these spheres with clarity, discipline, and purpose, anyone can achieve financial success that is sustainable, transformative, and far-reaching